When I left Lebanon a few months ago, things were bad. The economic crisis was only getting worse. But now an entirely new crisis has emerged.
We cannot work, we cannot go to our jobs and act like everything's fine. You know, I might lose my job if things escalate, and it's not up to me. It's not because of my performance or anything. It's because it's a shitty situation and we cannot do anything about it.
I work in sports, so we closed the gym due to the power issue we're facing.
The situation is very bad in Lebanon because there is no electricity, no water.
We paid like 4 times the amount of the usual tank of gas. It's crazy. It's been affecting my mental health. So the best decision for me now is to take the first opportunity to leave the country.
People have gotten used to it in a way, and it's kind of sad.
The water is freezing. I can't even take a shower because the water is freezing and there's no power.
Yeah, war, at least we had our basic needs, you know? It was hard, it was scarce, but we had them. We could find ways to get bread. We could find ways to move around. We got fuel, you know? Now it's like a slow burn.
Lebanon is facing a huge economic crisis, but recently the crisis has become much bigger and much worse. Some parts of Lebanon are dark, going without electricity for 20 hours a day. Now it's experiencing severe diesel and petrol shortages. This doesn't just mean hours of long gas lines and extended blackouts, but unfortunately guns, knives, fights, and even a fight that broke out causing a gas tank to explode with dozens dead or injured. This story is about so much more than waiting in line for gas for 2 or 3 hours. It's about a country in limbo. It's about patients who can't get medicine, hospitals that are threatening to shut down because they don't have electricity, and a young generation who can't really work or go to school even online when the lights are off. Are you waiting for gas right now?
Yes.
How long have you waited?
We'll wait 2 hours.
So you actually park your car here the night before, you walk home and sleep, and then you come back to your car in the morning?
In the morning, yeah.
3 times a week?
Yes.
Wow.
For about 2-3 hours every day, you have to wake up in the morning and search for a gas station, and it depends on your luck. Either they will open or they are closed, and then you have to search for another gas station.
Around 2 hours and a half.
3 hours, 4 hours.
What I did not expect this morning was to see military and police at the gas station, and we're actually kind of hiding because they don't like that. They will grab phones if they see people filming. They don't want commotion, they don't want chaos, just to make sure that there isn't too much chaos and fighting going on. Because as you can imagine, if you're waiting in line every day for a few hours just to get gas, just to do something that you used to do within 5-10 minutes, people are angry, people are really upset, they're paying more than they've ever had to pay, they're waiting for simple things that they used to not have to wait for. Businesses in Lebanon are very quick to adapt. So much so that restaurants now even regularly deliver food directly to your car as you wait in line to fill up your tank.
We are in the hell. If anybody can help the Lebanese people, then let's do it. In any way. Amjad, it's not, we can't live like this. We can't survive in this way.
It's depressing, man. It's depressing. Total shit. We don't have a solution. We don't have anything. So sad, depressing. Lebanese people are used to everything.
Is that bad or good?
Bad, but what should we do?
Out of all of the people I've interviewed, not one person has even mentioned the word COVID, which just goes to show how low on the list of concerns that is for people here in this country right now.
Left my husband in the hospital alone. He's in a very critical case. I left him alone because I have to fill my car.
Your husband is in the hospital?
Yes. And all the night I didn't sleep. Never.
Aside from basic transportation turning into a nightmare, basic electricity has also become hard to come by. Here in Lebanon, the government entity was never able to provide 24/7 electricity. So Lebanese have been using generators for decades. This means many people here often essentially pay 2 electricity bills. But now even generator companies aren't able to offer enough electricity that would fill in the gap for its customers.
Hello darkness, my old friend.
So I'm in this area of Beirut called Burj Hamoud, where you have a lot of working class families. I'm about to go into this spice shop, which surprisingly I'm feeling a nice flow of air conditioning, lighting, and I just want to see what it's like for them right now, given the situation.
The situation is very bad in Lebanon because there is no electricity, no water, there is nothing.
It's so bad. There is no gasoline, there is no medicine, there is no milk for the children.
No life.
No what?
No life. We can't say anything, you know.
So it hurts business.
Of course, it hurts everything. No gas, for example, for a couple of days I can buy bike, my son's bike. You know the song Hello Darkness, My Old Friend? That's for the Lebanese people. And there's another song, Hotel California. We can watch out anytime we like, but we can never leave. We can watch through YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, but we can never leave. We are all hostages here. We are prisoners here.
It sucks. I've seen people waiting for 5, 6, 7 hours trying to get gas. Then the guy walks out and said, there's no more gas.
I'm a bakery. I should to come at morning time, 5 o'clock. There's no electricity. How I can work? Believe me, it's very, very real problem, this one. We don't have any other choices.
All of this is only adding to what the country is already going through, which is a massive currency crisis. So just to give you an example, a kilo of meat used to cost 16,000 lira just 2 years ago. Today, that would cost you almost 200,000 lira. Today in Lebanon, almost 4 in 5 people are estimated to be in poverty. But way before the gas crisis, the country was already in trouble. So how did this all get so bad? In less than a year, the Lebanese currency dropped a lot. For decades, it was pegged so $1 equaled 1,500 Lebanese lira. But it's gone off the rails. That value no longer really exists. And what's now used is called the black market rate, which fluctuates like crazy, even going to 20,000 Lebanese lira for every $1. All this means that this 100,000 banknote used to be worth more than $60, and now at times is worth less than $5. While wages, of course, didn't change this drastically. So everyday items like bread or milk have surged, especially compared to spending power. Because of all this, the Lebanese government has been subsidizing the price of fuel to ensure that it continues to have it. But now the government is running out of money fast. So those subsidies are ending. So now on top of a currency crisis and gas shortages, customers have to pay a lot more just to fill up their tank. I'm walking through Mar Michal right now, which is an area in Beirut that's notorious for restaurants, for cafes, for bars. It's the nightlife hub of Beirut. And it's already been challenged because of the explosion in 2020. And now many of the businesses, as you can see, are completely without power. Not even generators are working for them for most of the day. So imagine being a business owner and not being able to have a refrigerator, not being able to turn on lights or internet or music for your customers. I'm actually really curious, so I'm gonna go try and talk to some of these local business owners and see how they're coping.
Okay, we're seeing less customers because of the electricity and no fridges, no freezers.
You have to open at 7 because...
no electricity.
What's it been like?
As usual, dark, don't have electricity, we can't do anything, we can't prepare my bar, and no clients. Yeah, it's difficult, it's not good.
I just talked to some people who work at this bar, and it traditionally would open at 4 o'clock. You would see a decent sized crowd, but now it can't open until 7 because they have no electricity. I'm gonna go check out one of my favorite dessert places in Beirut. Let's see if it's even open. Wow, there's actually people in here. There's a little bit of light. Wow, they actually have ice cream. How do you have ice cream but no electricity?
I do have electricity for the ice cream.
So they actually just have electricity, especially for the ice cream. The only things that have electricity are the freezer for the ice cream, the music, and I guess the cash register. Pretty much right on cue, right at 7 p.m., the lights turned on. It was really quite interesting to see, but some people tell me that on some nights, the lights don't actually come on until 8 p.m. So imagine trying to run your business, thinking you're finally gonna get electricity at 7 p.m., but it actually doesn't happen until 8 or maybe even later.
I don't know if it's ever gonna go back to what it was, honestly. Just give us electricity, like that's all we want, electricity and gas.
This is Nahlan. She's an entrepreneur based in Beirut who owns several bakeries throughout the city.
It's really, really, really tough running a business right now in Lebanon. Like, as hard as we're pushing, we reached a point where it's suffocating, honestly.
But she's had to completely shut down operations as a result of the electricity cut.
This is usually filled with creams and fillings, and as you can see there, it's empty right now. Apart from your production, say, okay, you get electricity here and you're producing, then you have drivers with no fuel to be able to deliver orders. So you have orders being stacked up, orders being late, customers cannot come because they don't have fuel either. It's like you're playing a video game and you're like on the hardest level. Like, that's where you are in Lebanon, honestly, because you cannot focus on progressing your brand. You cannot focus on creating new stuff. You're just focusing on problems with electricity, problems with drivers. So you're not focusing on growing a brand here anymore. It's literally just survival mode in this country.
Despite everything going on, she said she's going to stay open.
I worked so hard to reach where I am. I was a girl in an Arab country. I defied everything. I did not let anything stand in my way. So whatever I'm going through now, I'm not going to stop.
I had many dreams, like I will build a company in this country or a startup to have a small impact on my country. But right now, my only dream is to have a visa for outside of this country.
Nader is a university student in Lebanon.
My dad is jobless and my mom doesn't work and my sisters are like younger than me.
In addition to being a full-time student, to support his family, he works at an internship and full-time at a call center. He even does video editing, which pays the best of all, but he's recently had to turn down the work because of the electricity crisis.
So if I want to have an extra job or like a freelance job, I can't edit my videos, my photos. It may like break my PC or like like 2 days ago our TV was burned.
Now, he mostly thinks about how he can leave the country.
Only wish is to unite, to fight this corruption.
But fighting the corruption has been tried and tried again. Despite protests and riots, little here has changed.
I do want to leave. I'm okay. I have a nice job. I can still survive. But I always think about leaving as well.
One of the hardest parts for me is having to watch all your friends leave. They're all leaving, and I don't know if I will be one of these people leaving soon.
I have a French passport. I'm privileged enough to have a French passport. I can leave Lebanon whenever I want. But I stayed here so much longer than what I should have, and it took a huge toll on me with my mental health, I think. And you know, you fight for your country in every possible sense. You try to give hope and positivity to people.
Do you think it will get better?
It will get better, but it will take time. So all I want to do is graduate and leave. خلاص.
The Lebanese have been through a lot. Just look at history. Today, they're known for being resilient. They're known for adapting. But many people here tell me that those qualities are no longer something to be proud of.
It's kind of scary the way we adapt. I'll talk about myself. We just adapt and we keep on going, just accommodate somehow, and we try to do our best.
What do you think happens next?
I don't know, but we are praying about the situation and the government doesn't care anything about people.
There's this metaphor, when you throw a frog, like in boiling water, this frog right away is gonna jump off this saucepan, you know? But if you put the frog in a warm water and you start raising the temperature and the water starts boiling, the frog is not gonna jump out of the boiling water because it's harder. You get used to this boiling heat and you don't realize that it's getting deadly to you, you know? And Lebanon is like that, just going downhill, little by little. And there's no solutions. No, there's no one giving any solutions.